Chosen one, you are their lost Egyptian ruler. Yes, you've been recognized. What I'm about to share may stir something ancient and undeniable within you. And if you found this message, it's not by accident. God has led you here. Your arrival is divine timing, not coincidence. The truth is, you are not just different. You are royalty, reborn. The whispers of the pyramids, the symbols etched in stone, the mysteries of ancient Egypt, they have all been calling you back because they remember you. You are shifting from merely desiring truth and identity to remembering who you truly are. This isn't just a spiritual awakening. It is a return to the throne of your soul. The power, the wisdom, the legacy, it was never lost. It was waiting. And now, the veil is lifting. As a chosen one, you are stepping into a level of alignment and clarity that will change everything. But before we go deeper into this life-changing revelation, do 3 powerful things to anchor this energy. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 5,000 awakened souls, and comment the number 11 below. That number is not random. It is divine alignment. It signals to the universe that you are ready to receive this truth. If you are truly a chosen one, your spirit will know this message is for you. And if you stay until the end, your life will not remain the same. You've always felt like a stranger to the world around you, like your heart beats to an ancient rhythm that no one else can hear. That deep sense of otherness, it isn't coincidence, it's memory. You are not just anyone. You are the spiritual heir of an ancient throne. The sands of Egypt once knew your footsteps. The temples once echoed your name in sacred chants. The stories carved in stone, now worn and broken, were originally written to honor you. You were not born into this era by chance. You are the reincarnated breath of a dynasty long buried beneath time and silence. There is a lineage that exists beyond blood, a divine thread that connects your soul to gods, pharaohs, and prophets. In past lives, you wore the golden crown and held the sacred scepter. You understood the stars, the winds, the language of the earth. And now, in this time, you awaken again, not to rule as before, with might, but to lead through spirit, through wisdom, through divine remembrance. You were a king or queen then, and you are a ruler reborn now. The world may not recognize your royalty at first glance, but the universe knows. Your aura radiates command. Your dreams are drenched in symbols and riddles not meant for the ordinary. You are the bridge between past and present, the echo of ancient power walking in human form. Every time you feel drawn to Egypt, the pyramids, or the stars, they're not just fascinating to you, they're calling you home. You were hidden for lifetimes, silenced by centuries. But now you rise, anointed not by men, but by heaven itself. You carry an ancient fire, and it's time to let it blaze. There are no accidents in a soul's journey, only divine appointments. You didn't find this message by mistake. You were led here, drawn by unseen forces, aligning perfectly to call you back into remembrance. God, the divine source of all, has placed breadcrumbs along your path to awaken your truth. This moment, this message, is one of them. It's the beginning, or rather, the continuation, of a purpose that started long before you were born. When you look back, you'll see it. The dreams, the feelings of not belonging, the supernatural coincidences, the quiet nudges from the universe. All of it wasn't random. It was orchestrated. Life has been whispering your truth in symbols, emotions, and divine interruptions. You were always being guided here, even when it felt like you were lost. Especially then. Many chosen ones feel abandoned at first. They face rejection, loneliness, even suffering. But that's because gold is always refined in fire. Your trials were part of the calling. You weren't being punished, you were being prepared. God didn't forget you, He hid you until it was time to shine. And that time is now. So stand tall, not in arrogance, but in knowing. Know that you were divinely led, purposefully awakened. This is sacred alignment. Destiny isn't something you chase. It's something you finally recognize when your soul remembers what it always knew. Forget what they told you about rebirth. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you were before the world told you to forget. This is your spiritual reawakening. You're rising. Like a phoenix from the ashes, your soul emerges not broken, but reborn. The old version of you, the one clouded by confusion and doubt, is shedding. The divine version of you is stepping into the light. You've outgrown the illusion of being just human. Deep inside, you've always known there's something more. This rebirth is your transition into that more. The divine doesn't make mistakes. You were created with heavenly fingerprints. What you thought were weaknesses, your sensitivity, your empathy, your loneliness, were actually signs of your sacred nature. Now you rise as a bringer of light, a keeper of balance, a soul reborn to lead others through the chaos. You are not here to fit in. You are here to transform the very space you enter. This new version of you isn't made from ego or pride. It's made from ancient truth and soul-level recognition. Rebirth isn't always comfortable, but it is always powerful. You're not becoming, you're remembering. Remembering that you are divine, ancient, chosen. This is your return. Have you ever looked at the pyramids, not just as architecture, but as living monuments calling you by name? They weren't built just as tombs. They are transmitters of energy, time capsules of truth, and monuments for the chosen. Their geometry holds the sacred math of the cosmos, and your soul understands it on a level your mind can't fully explain. That's because you were there. You helped shape them, design them, dream them into existence. Maybe your hands laid the stones, or maybe your words commanded them into form. Either way, they remember, and so does your spirit. Every time you see them, on TV, in dreams, or visions, you're not learning, you're recalling. Historians call them wonders of the world, but to you, they are memories, sacred blueprints of divine power embedded into Earth by a civilization that knew the stars better than we know our phones. That's because they were guided by people like you, souls who were connected, awake, chosen. The pyramids don't just stand, they witness, they wait. And now you are awakening to fulfill what they foretold: the return of the ruler, the rise of the divine. They didn't forget you, they waited for you. There's a reason you feel a powerful pull toward hieroglyphics, sacred symbols, and forgotten empires. It's not just curiosity, it's soul memory. The eyes of the ancient gods, the Ankh, the scarab, the Eye of Horus, these are not just historical icons. They are divine codes etched into your DNA. When you see them, something deep inside you awakens. It's as if a part of you has been sleeping, waiting for these symbols to whisper truths only your spirit can understand. These civilizations, Egypt, Kemet, Atlantis, are not just subjects of study for you. They are your past. You don't just learn about them, you remember them. You feel at home in their temples, in their rituals, in their philosophies. You instinctively understand their reverence for nature, spirit, and the cosmos because you once lived by those same principles. There's a language the soul speaks that the mind cannot translate. These symbols are part of that language. They bypass logic and reach directly into your spirit. They carry vibrations, messages, and instructions for your journey in this life. Every time you're drawn to one, it's the universe nudging you. Remember who you are. You're not just fascinated by the ancient, you are the ancient. And in this modern world, your role is to carry that ancient wisdom into the now, to bridge the forgotten with the future, to awaken others through the truth already engraved within your being. Your spirit is not new. It has ruled before, it has led before. You are the walking continuation of a royal bloodline that transcends human ancestry. While others inherit land and names, you've inherited wisdom, strength, and purpose. You are the echo of a dynasty whose memory lingers in sacred tombs and cosmic scrolls. Your soul carries the knowledge of rulers, mystics, and creators. Dynasties are not just political entities, they are spiritual institutions. You belong to a lineage that governed not just people, but energies, frequencies, and divine laws. The forgotten dynasty you hail from was never meant to stay forgotten. It was simply hidden, like a seed buried deep in the soil, waiting for its season to rise again. And now, you walk this earth as its legacy. Your existence proves that sacred blood still flows, not in the physical sense, but in the vibration of your thoughts, the fire of your purpose, and the depth of your compassion. You carry the memory of thrones, not built by ego, but by spiritual insight. Thrones that served humanity, aligned with the stars, and honored the earth. This world might not build monuments for you yet, but your life is a monument in motion. Your presence revives a story that was never meant to end. It was meant to evolve. You are the living heir of a divine narrative, and now it is yours to continue. There's a reason you've never quite fit in. You've always stood on the edge of the crowd, observing instead of joining, questioning instead of following. From a young age, you felt things more deeply, saw things more clearly, and couldn't understand why the world was so numb. You're not broken, you're divine. The feeling of different was never a flaw. It was your soul remembering that it was born to stand out. Chosen ones often walk through life misunderstood. Your energy can intimidate, your wisdom can confuse, your presence can disrupt. But that's because you carry divine DNA. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to awaken others, to shake the sleeping world, to remind humanity of its forgotten magic. You've likely experienced pain that others haven't. Rejection, betrayal, isolation. These are common in the divine journey, because before you rise, you must be refined. The fire didn't destroy you, it purified you. And now, what remains is sacred. What remains is royal. What remains is real. So don't hide your light just to make others comfortable. Don't silence your truth to avoid their discomfort. You are divine in flesh, truth in motion, prophecy in form. The world needs what you are, exactly as you are. Long before this life, your spirit walked among stars. Your soul didn't originate here, it descended. Chosen ones like you are not bound to this world. You came through this human vessel to fulfill a divine mission, but your essence is eternal, celestial. You're not just from Earth, you're from the heavens. Your bloodline carries a frequency that is rare, refined, and radiant. That's why you felt so out of place in ordinary settings. You don't vibrate on the level of limitation. You carry ancient codes of freedom, healing, and transformation. You are living proof that eternity can take human form, and your blood, whether through your family or through your soul lineage, flows with sacred purpose. This doesn't make you better than others. It makes you responsible. Celestial beings are sent not to rule with pride, but to guide with humility. You've been given visions, dreams, insights others can't comprehend. That's because your mission isn't theirs. You are here to raise the vibration of this planet through your voice, your presence, and your actions. You come from the stars, but you chose Earth for a reason. There is something only you can do here. And every time you listen to that divine nudge, you align more with the truth of who you are. Ancient texts spoke of one who would rise, not a savior in the traditional sense, but a soul who carried the memory of truth, the light of creation, and the voice of the divine. They said this one would walk among men, unnoticed at first, but destined to shift the world. Chosen one. You are that soul. You are the one the prophets saw in visions and dreams. You don't need to wear robes or stand on stages to be divine. The power in you is not performative, it's transformative. You change lives just by existing. You don't speak for fame, you speak because your truth demands to be heard. The prophets saw someone who would walk through darkness and emerge with light. That someone is you. Your life has been filled with symbols. You've had prophetic dreams, unshakable intuition, and moments where your words felt like they weren't even yours. That's because you are a vessel, a channel, a sacred bridge between heaven and earth. And though people may doubt you, the universe confirms you every day. You are not here to convince anyone. You are here to be. Your presence is prophecy fulfilled. Your awakening is the sign that a new era has begun. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy change? That's not imagination. That's power. Your presence brings calm to chaos. Your voice soothes storms. Your energy isn't just felt, it's healing. You may not see the effect you have, but those around you feel it. That's the mark of the chosen. Peace follows them. You weren't sent to argue or prove. You were sent to embody, to be the peace others can't find. In a world full of noise, your silence speaks volumes. In a world driven by fear, your presence brings trust. This is not something you were taught. It's something you are. People are drawn to you without knowing why. Strangers may open up to you. Animals feel safe with you. That's the divine within you. Your frequency realigns what's around you. You don't just walk into rooms, you recalibrate them. This is why protecting your energy is vital. You are sacred space in motion. Don't let the world drain what was meant to heal it. You are the calm in the storm, the lighthouse in the fog. You are chosen to carry the peace others pray for. Perfect. Let's complete the script with the final 5 headings. Here is the continuation. Headings 11 to 15, written in the same emotionally rich, professional, and deeply engaging tone. These paragraphs are designed to inspire, uplift, and awaken the reader or listener to their higher calling. The world knows 7 wonders, great marvels built by human hands and divine imagination. But what if the true 8th wonder isn't made of stone or steel, but of spirit? That wonder is you. Chosen one, your existence defies logic. You are the bridge between dimensions, a living miracle in motion, proof that heaven can inhabit flesh. Unlike the other wonders, you cannot be destroyed. Empires can fall, monuments can erode, but the energy within you transcends time. Your beauty lies not only in your presence, but in your power to elevate others simply by being authentic. When you walk into a room, the universe leans in. When you speak, even the winds listen. You are creation perfected, not by human standards, but by divine blueprint. You've likely struggled with self-worth, unsure why you felt so different or out of place. That's because you were never meant to be compared. You were meant to be revered, not in pride, but in honor. Your soul shines with a light that cannot be taught, replicated, or hidden. And when you embrace that, you rise to your rightful place, not above others, but in full alignment with your cosmic origin. You are a living testimony of divine artistry. The same force that crafted galaxies shaped your spirit. And while the world may celebrate physical marvels, the true wonder is the light you carry inside. The eighth wonder is not out there, it's within you. The stars did not just appear the night you were born. They celebrated. The winds didn't just blow, they danced. You didn't arrive in silence. You arrived with spiritual trumpets that echoed through dimensions. The universe didn't create you as an afterthought. It placed you with purpose, intention, and vision. You are not just seen. You are witnessed. Every force in the cosmos has aligned at some point to support your mission. That sudden breakthrough, that strange coincidence, that inner voice urging you forward, those were the whispers of the universe, gently reminding you, we've been watching and we believe in you. The moon recognizes your rhythm. The earth feels your vibration. You are part of a divine ecosystem that knows exactly who you are. When you doubt yourself, remember this: the universe has never doubted you. It's been moving people, shifting timelines, and clearing paths for your arrival. It recognizes the sacred geometry of your soul. Your pain didn't go unseen. Your perseverance didn't go unnoticed. Every tear was a prayer. Every step was recorded in the stars. You are witnessed, not by the world's standards, but by eternity's gaze. The heavens know your name. The ancestors speak it with reverence. You are not lost. You are watched over. And the universe is preparing to reward you for every moment you chose, light over fear. There was a time when your name was forgotten, your soul buried under the weight of trials and pain. But like the phoenix that rises from ashes, you are reclaiming your crown, not in arrogance, but in divine authority. You are not a beggar of destiny. You are the rightful heir of a dynasty that never truly ended. It simply went silent until now. Every trial you've endured was part of your training. The losses were purifying. The betrayals were revealing. And now, the dust has settled, and something powerful is emerging. You, the real you, the ruler, the healer, the visionary. You are the legacy of a spiritual kingdom built not on domination, but on wisdom, love, and divine order. This return is not just personal, it's prophetic. You returning to your truth shifts timelines. It opens doors not only for you, but for generations after you. When you remember who you are, the world remembers what it can become. You are the walking resurrection of sacred truth. You do not need validation. You are the validation. The crown isn't something placed on your head. It's something awakened in your soul. And now, it's time to step into your royal nature, not to rule with pride, but to lead with purpose. You are not dust. You are dynasty. You are back. God often hides his greatest treasures, not to punish them, but to protect them. You weren't overlooked. You were preserved. In a world that seeks to dim lights too bright, your light was tucked away until it was strong enough to shine without fear. Chosen one, your hidden season was holy. It was your cocoon, your sanctuary, your training ground. In those hidden years, you were being built. Your character was being formed. Your intuition was being sharpened. You learned patience, humility, and faith, not from books, but from experience. And now, after the breaking, comes the becoming. You are no longer the one in the background. You are being revealed, not for ego, but for impact. This unveiling is not about applause, it's about assignment. There are people waiting on your voice, your healing, your leadership. The divine didn't hide you forever. It simply waited until the moment was right. And now, the veil is lifting. The world will see what heaven has known all along. You are no longer hidden. You are called forth. Walk boldly into the light that once felt foreign. It was made for you. You are not a secret. You are a sign. You are here for purpose, and your time is now. The names of kings and queens fade. Statues crumble. Books are rewritten. But the spirit never forgets. History holds your imprint like sacred ink etched into time. And though the world may have tried to erase you, silence you, or dismiss your truth, history remembers. The truth cannot be buried forever. You are that truth. You may feel like no one knows your story, but the earth does. The stones, the rivers, the winds, they carry echoes of your past life. Your soul's song has never stopped playing. It simply waited for you to hear it again. And now, you do. You feel it in your bones, in your tears, in the fire that keeps pulling you towards something more. The ancestors whisper your name. The pyramids lean in with recognition. You are the lost ruler returning. The ancient world hasn't forgotten you. It's been preparing for your return. You are the living page in the book of eternity that is finally being turned. So walk in your truth. Speak with the voice of every ancestor who came before you. You are not forgotten. You are foretold. And now, you rise, not just for yourself, but for every soul who dared to believe that history still has a heartbeat. There's a knowing inside you that can't be explained. It doesn't come from books, teachers, or tradition. It comes from lifetimes lived in places no longer on the map, from realms where truth was currency and spirit was sovereign. Your soul carries memories the world no longer teaches but desperately needs to remember. That's why you've always felt connected to mysteries, to symbols, to dreams that felt more real than waking life. These aren't random fascinations. They are soul recalls. Ancient truths encoded in your being have waited for this moment, this lifetime, to reawaken. When others call you too deep, it's because you remember what they've forgotten. You are not here to argue facts. You are here to live truth. You feel things before they happen. You recognize people you've never met. You finish sentences you've never heard. That's not a coincidence. It's the quiet voice of your soul whispering, "We've been here before." In a world obsessed with forgetting, you are the one who remembers. You carry the essence of temples, the rhythm of sacred drums, and the light of knowledge that never died. It only hid itself in you. Have you noticed how vivid your dreams are? How they linger long after you wake up? For you, dreams aren't just fragments of the day. They're messages, encoded visions from higher realms. The divine speaks in symbols, and your dreams are a sacred conversation with the unseen. When others dream of chaos, you dream of missions, temples, warnings, and stars. Sometimes you see your past lives. Sometimes you meet your guides. Your dreams are not just nighttime narratives. They're keys. You've had dreams that felt more like home than your waking life. That's because they are home. Every time you wake with a dream that stirs your heart or fills you with questions, write it down. Reflect on it. Meditate on it. Because those dreams are not random. They are assignments. You are being reminded, guided, and sometimes tested through them. It's how your soul navigates in a world full of distractions. Your dreams are a sacred portal, a personal prophecy. While others sleep, you travel. While others forget, you remember. Pay attention. Your future often reveals itself in your sleep. You were born into a lineage that needed healing. Cycles of silence, pain, addiction, fear, they've been running for generations. But then, you arrived, the one who wouldn't stay silent, the one who wouldn't pretend, the one who asked, "Why do we keep living this way?" That question alone was your soul's rebellion. You are not the black sheep. You are the golden key, the one chosen to break what others endured. It's not an easy role, it's a divine responsibility. The heaviness you feel, it's not just yours, it's ancestral. But you were born strong enough to carry it and smart enough to heal it. You're not just different, you're sent. You've probably faced battles no one else in your family did. Emotional weight, spiritual awakenings, isolation. That's because your path is not a repeat. It's a reset. You are the turning point in your bloodline. The healing didn't start with you, but it will end with you. When you choose peace over drama, truth over silence, healing over hiding, you shift the energy of everyone who came before you and everyone who will come after you. That's power. That's legacy. That's the mark of the chosen. There's something about your voice, not just how you speak, but what you speak. Your words carry energy. They comfort. They awaken. They shake. That's because your voice wasn't made for small talk. It was made to move spirits. You were given a sacred vibration, and every time you speak truth, the universe responds. You may have been silenced in the past, talked over, dismissed, ignored, but that was never because your voice lacked value. It was because it held too much. Now is the time to reclaim your voice, not just in sound, but in substance. Whether you write, speak, sing, or teach, your voice is medicine. You've said things in passing that changed someone's life. You've spoken peace into chaos without even realizing it. That's your power. It doesn't shout. It resonates. It doesn't argue. It aligns. Don't underestimate your voice. Use it with intention, with love, with clarity. Because somewhere, someone is waiting to hear what only you can say in the way only you can say it. Have you ever wondered why you feel so much? Why the pain of the world hurts you like it's your own? It's because your soul is empathic by divine design. You weren't made to ignore suffering. You were made to heal it. You weren't born to be numb. You were born to feel, to transform, to elevate. Feeling everything isn't a weakness. It's a gift. You sense what others suppress. You pick up on emotions, shifts, and energies before anyone else. This makes life heavy sometimes, but it also makes you powerful. You are the emotional compass for a generation that's forgotten how to feel. You are not here to carry the weight of the world alone. You are here to remind the world how to lighten it through compassion, truth, and love. Your empathy is not a curse, it's a compass. It points you to where you are needed most. You feel deeply because you were meant to care deeply. Let that be your strength. Because in a world that feels too much like darkness, your light was born to lift it. Every time you tried to fit in, something inside you died a little. That's because your spirit wasn't made for imitation. It was made for innovation. You're not here to conform. You're here to shift spaces, challenge norms, and realign energy. You don't fit in because you were sent to remake the mold. Others may have called you rebellious, difficult, or too much, but that's only because you wouldn't play roles that weren't yours. You've always sensed when something was false. You've always craved more truth, more depth, more soul. That's the spirit of a real one. Fitting in may feel safer, but your mission requires boldness. Sacred misfits like you were never meant to blend in. You are the light that exposes shadows, the truth that disrupts illusions, the frequency that recalibrates a dull room. So stop shrinking. Stop apologizing. You're not here to fit. You're here to fix, flip, and free. Be what you were born to be. Undeniable. There were seasons you didn't think you'd make it out of. Times when everything collapsed. Your faith, your support, your identity. But somehow, you did. You rose. Not perfectly, not without scars, but you rose. That's not luck. That's divine resilience. Your survival is not just a personal victory. It's a spiritual testimony. Every time you stood up again, something sacred grew inside you. Strength, clarity, courage. You may not see it yet, but the very things that tried to break you only built you. And now, you stand not just as a survivor, but as a warrior. Chosen ones walk through fire so they can learn to command it. Your pain gave you eyes to see, a heart that understands, and a soul that cannot be fooled. You didn't just survive, you transformed. And now, your story holds the blueprint for others to follow. You are not the person you were before the storm. You are the calm after it. You carry lessons, light, and legacy. And now, it's your time to thrive. This planet is not your origin. It's your assignment. You've always known there was more. More to life, more to love, more to purpose. That's because you remember realms of light, peace, and higher wisdom. You didn't come from here, you came through here. This world often feels loud, chaotic, and shallow to you because your soul comes from a place of harmony, depth, and clarity. Earth is your classroom, not your cage. You didn't choose an easy life. You chose an important one. Your higher self volunteered for this mission long before you were born. That aching you feel when you look at the stars, that's home calling. That restlessness in your heart, that's your purpose knocking. Don't suppress it, follow it. You weren't meant to settle for ordinary when you carry extraordinary in your bones. You are cosmic royalty, divinely encoded to bring heaven closer to earth. You don't belong here because you were sent here. That's your magic. That's your power. Not everyone will love your light. Some will be drawn to it. Others will resist it. That's not about you. It's about what your light exposes. You're not doing anything wrong by being authentic. You're simply shining too brightly in rooms built on dimness. Your kindness may be called fake. Your confidence may be labeled arrogance. That's not your issue. That's their shadow reacting to your truth. Don't dim your light to make them feel comfortable in their hiding places. Shine anyway. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be light. And light doesn't ask permission. It just is.